From the moment that we wake up each day, we are constantly bombarded by noise. Constant noise coming at us from every single direction. There is no stillness, there is no silence in the world that we live in. There's sounds of cars driving, horns honking, sirens blaring. Our phones are ringing, music is playing. There is a cacophony of sounds in every single moment. Every single space is filled. You see, our lives have become this huge distraction. We look at our phones every 5 or 10 seconds, checking for messages, checking for alerts, checking for something that interrupts the cadence of our day. We're always looking for something to fill the empty spaces. We've gotten so used to being on the move in this wonderful life that we've forgotten the beauty of the empty spaces. You see, we find God in the stillness, when all of the noise is tuned out, when we can finally find a little bit of space just for ourselves. But we're void of that space in our lives for the way that we move, for the way that the world forces us to move. In the secret, in the quiet place, in the stillness, you are there. God is in the quiet places. God is in the stillness. If we're only willing to seek it out, if we're only willing to shut off our phones, to shut off the noise of the world, to take a break from work, to take a break from life, from friends, from relationships, from all of the clutter in our lives, and carve out even just a tiny bit of space for God, that we might commune with the Creator, that we might carve out that little piece and that little space for God to habitate, for God to pull us close, to recharge us and restore us, for God to fill us with the Spirit, that we might be created, that we might be restored, that we might be made whole and new again, rebirthed in Christ. For when we seek God with our whole hearts, we will find God. There is no question, there is no mystery. We will find the God that we seek if we are willing to seek with all of ourselves. If we are willing to put aside the distractions in our lives, if we are willing to carve out a cavern of space that God might dwell, if we are willing to invite the most holy to live with us and to work within us, that we might be made new, that we might be creatures of love, that we might be beacons of hope, that we might be a piece of God. And when we find that space, when we carve that cavern for God to dwell, there is no limit to the love that we can feel. There is no limit to the Spirit that can flow. There is no limit to the connection that we can have with God, if we are only willing to create the space, in the secret, in the quiet place, in the stillness. You are there. What are you willing to do to create that stillness in your life, to tune out the noise? And when God is there, are you willing to listen?